All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And salute to Shalom to all your bros out there just pushing this word in truth, sincerity. All right, real quick, what inspired this lesson is I went to the store yesterday, little Gadite store, the Native American store. And pretty much, it's a lot. I went to get a garment, and the guy that recommended the garment to me, his name was David. So I was like, oh, okay, that's spiritual right there. So this is Gad in the Wikipedia. It says Gad was a seer or prophet mentioned in the Hebrew Bible in the writings of Jewish, historian Josephus. That's whatever. It says he was one of the personal prophets of King David of Israel. And it was, like I said, it was spiritual because the dude name was David. And I was just meditating on that, like, damn, that's crazy how his name was David. Like, seeing that Gad was like pretty much like a major seer, like a major prophet. And that's why I had this screen up right here because if you go into a lot of these heroes, the so-called Native American heroes, one of the main ones, people know about is like Warpath. He's from the X-Men. He was in the recent X-Men movie. He was one of the seers, when the Sentinels was coming, he was the one to alert them, and I believe it was the X-Men Days of Future Past. And this one, everybody know about this one right here from Mortal Kombat, Nightwolf. And one of the movies, I believe it was the second Mortal Kombat movie when Raiden told Liu Kang to go seek out Nightwolf for his, his what they call animality ability, you know, which is spiritual because in that scene it was for Liu Kang it was a dragon, meaning it was just wisdom. He was basically go telling them to seek wisdom, because the scriptures say, "Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove." So I'm just gonna pull some precepts. This is Genesis chapter 49, verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Right. When Gad was over here in so-called Americas, and Esau came over here, they was fighting and going back and forth. But Gad was kicking his Esau ass. The only way it was prophecy to Esau for Esau to overcome him, meaning that the first, because he used deception, he uses like smallpox and in his peace treaties. But in these last days, God is gonna overcome him, and this is one of the Gadite warriors I was looking into. I'm Salaki if I'm mispronouncing the name. It says Tekum Se. If I'm not saying that right, Salakia. Tekum Se. And long story short, let me see. I saw down here. It says one of his younger brothers underwent a series of visions and became a religious prophet, going so far as to accurately predict a solar eclipse. Right. And that's what stood out to me when I read this. And as a spirit, he's number 7 on this list. Because they have a couple of other ones, on here, familiar names, but that one kind of stood out because they mentioned the prophet, that's spiritual, you know. So yeah, let me because I'm not gonna make this video too long. Let me just pull this real quick. Genesis chapter 25, verse 27. And when the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Yeah, this is back in the day when everybody was, like more tribal. And the main reason I'm bringing this out because, Jacob dwelling in tents. I was at Venice Beach the other day, and I seen a lot of, tents set up. And the average person would be like, "Oh, these people bugged out. They pretty much homeless." But that's actually like a peaceful way of living, especially if you have access to like a fruit tree or clean water. You know, you got fire, you can burn your trash, whatever. If these people knew how to actually live off the land, they'll be better off instead of trying to s- uh, live in this so-called society. And another reason I'm bringing this out because you will be a lot more spiritual if you were just dwelling in a tent, meaning like you won't have all these distractions. You wouldn't have like the TV telling you their vision. You wouldn't have You just all this pollution from the cars and just everything, you know. So I just want to bring that out through the spirit because you would be a lot more spiritual, meaning you will tap into the spirit a lot more easier if you would just, you know, plainly put, if you would just get away from Esau, man, which is a so-called white man according to the scriptures, man. He's actually red. So yeah, I don't want to make the video too long. I just wanted to bring this out real quick because like I'm gonna bring the scripture out again. Genesis chapter 49, verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last, right? So like I said, yesterday was spiritual, you know, I got my little garment. And Lord willing, you know, we overcome in these last days, man, because, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, that's the only way, man. There ain't no other way. You know, Esau got to go, man. You going down, bro. You had your turn. You know, SARS. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Shai, call on Yahweh Shai, Bashim Hakadash. Hey, Shalom Akim Kwam Yashrala, Rabahab. Shalom.